So this one's gonna be a bit shorter. I'm actually working on cooking some food. I have to let something soak for like 20 minutes, something like that. Like no, 15 to 20 minutes. So at like 15 minutes, I'm getting the.
And so our story
Gonna
begins.
move over to do that and stop. Oh fuck! What was I doing? It's gotta be this one, right? I don't know. It's probably this one. I should have like some little bit of money.
You know what I always say?
Yep, this is it. Because I was just playing some Keystone. I want to play the other game though, which I think they have in Oakfield, so. And like, I love this game because of the dog. The dog's such a great character. Oh, and like your decisions when you're a child change this place. So like,
Well, hello
if I-
again.
so I gave
It's
the
you.
warrants to
Well, you've
Derek,
changed since you were
who
last
was
running
with
around
guard.
this place.
But had I given the warrants to the bad guy, I don't recall what his name is, but if I would have given them to him, he would have ruined the place, and this place would look. It would have a bunch of whores on it, to put it simply. But instead, it's like a good functioning place in society. Yeah, so I was told to ask a friend what I should talk about, and because I was completely out of ideas, and was told to. When are we going to Rookridge? Oakfield through Rookridge? I don't even know. It's been a while. I guess it must be since the glowing trails. Yep, it is.
And that. Hey, thank you, bandits. Hello. This isn't what it looks like.
Yeah, so, what was I was gonna say something. Oh, I was told to talk about my
Wait.
animals.
Bandits. Charge them and you'll be outnumbered. Why not just back them with your crossbow? Remember,
So,
spend experience and skill to improve your marksmanship.
when I lived in Illinois, I had a dog and 2 cats. The 2 cats were stray cats that we rescued at my grandparents' house. We actually rescued 5 cats, I think. There were 4 kittens, I think, and then the mom cat. And when we rescued the cats, we didn't just like catch them with our hands. We used a cage to trap them, and the other cats grew feral and would just attack us. So we ended up releasing them. Which, I mean, like, it's the only reason we ended up releasing them was because they were the most vicious animals I've ever seen. They would just gang up on this, the little kitten that we ended up keeping until she was bleeding. And so to keep those cats from killing the little cat, we ended up releasing them. And that was probably not the best move, but it happened. And then there was we also had a dog. His name was Spike. And so when we moved down to Florida, we kept the cats because those were easy to move around, and the places that we were ended up moving to, it was easy to keep cats. And, like, it wasn't that expensive to actually have a cat there. But if we were to have a dog, it would have been like, we would have been paying essentially rent. We would have been paying rent like twice to live there. And so my dog lived with my grandparents until about 2 months ago. And 2 months ago, he went to live without a new home because my grandparents had planned on moving down here.
Remember your crossbow. This can be over before they know it.
I guess I gotta go through the story of what happened with my cats now. So, we had both cats brought down here with us to Florida. And the cats, one of them was really like skittish, but loved people as long as she knew the people. And so, like, around us, she was like a really friendly cat, but she would freak out if anyone else came in. And like, I loved this cat, but she did not want to be inside. And so what ended up happening is she jumped out of the window. And well,
this world is so
one time she jumped out the window, and another time she followed.
I've been sitting here thousands of years, and I've seen it all.
And
Hey,
me and
you,
my mom were
what's that
leaving
furry
for
thing bounding up and
her
down?
going to
Can it
work and me
do
going
any
to school,
tricks?
and she followed us out.
Make it do something fun.
And
That
so
furry thing do any tricks?
we looked for a week. We put up posters trying to find her, and we couldn't.
Oh, look!
And we
Another
had
traveler!
given up. But then she came back to us and was not the same. And she actively tried to escape constantly, and we couldn't keep her around her mother because they would just fight and fight.
Oh, it's lucky you happened
And
by. I didn't dare come in by myself.
it was a terrible thing.
You see, yeah. Well, I probably should have mentioned this, but
And then one day,
two hobs in.
we were out
I've
just
always heard
like
the stories, you know, that hubs carry off children and
shopping or
turn
something,
them into
and
more hubs.
came back and
But that's just
we had the
stories,
windows
right?
open, but like there's still a screened pane for the windows. It's like there's the glass pane that you can lift up, and then there's the screen to the window. And the screen was, so we had the glass pane up, and the screen was not in the window.
Oh, sorry,
And
I've
our
never
cat
seen anything
had
like this before.
jumped through it into
No, wait.
the hedge outside our apartment, and we never saw her again. And then the mama cat, she's still here, and she's a pain in the ass.
Don't stop shooting them!
It's like, I give her all the attention in the world, and she hates me for it. And then, when I'm not paying attention to her for like 4 seconds, she yells at me to pay attention to her. And like, I've been in here playing video games sometimes, and all I can hear is huge meows from the living room. And it's her wanting some attention, and I'm not out there to give it to her. Yeah, it reminds me that it's little things that can bring you joy.
Oh, they're disgusting. But they couldn't.
Because I
I mean, they couldn't actually have been children.
all the animals I've ever had, I've loved.
Oh, Joey.
So
I'm sorry.
my dog Spike, who got given away 2 months ago, was my
Let's keep
dog.
moving.
But he was my sister's dog. She loved him a lot. Not more than I did, but she loved him a lot. And
Do you think this is safe? These
So-
waterways seem a little,
I was wanting a dog of my own. And so my dad's friend
for the
had a dog that had just had some puppies. And so I was fortunate enough to get one of those puppies. But this dog was the fucking devil when it comes to dogs. Because it would break our fence and get out all the time. And one day,
Oh, I'm so glad.
the last day of us owning
love it.
him,
I can't stand heights.
it was a rainy day. We had just went shopping. It was a Friday night. We had plans of going to my uncle's, like we did every Friday night after shopping. And
I can hear him. I'm coming, son.
and we got back from shopping, and both dogs were gone. And there's a new section of the fence, a big section of the fence that was just broke. And we later found out that, so we were trying to find the dogs, and then we get a call, and I don't remember whether we did go to Uncle Wayne's, but we were too worried, so my uncle's, or we were too worried and left, or if we tried to find them first, and then we ended up getting a call, and
Find another way in while I try and get this door open.
my golden retriever Spike had been found. But the other dog had not. And what the guy had told us, who found my dog, said that something along the lines of he heard people out there and they had just thrown my dog off because like either he was doing something that they didn't like, or he was
It's too late.
just not what they
Turned my
wanted,
son into.
because he had hip dysplasia, which is a very common thing in
I would try.
it's a very common thing in golden retrievers to have hip dysplasia because of the constant inbreeding to keep them
You should go
purebred.
there. Head for the
And
surface.
so because of his hip dysplasia, these people didn't, I'm assuming because of his hip dysplasia, these people didn't want the dog, and they threw him out of wherever they had him in, and he was at this farmer's place, and the farmer was kind enough to call us, say that we found him, and he was never the same after that. He was a good dog, but he was always trying to break out. I always suspected it was trying to find the other dog, but I don't know. And this is just something I never really talk about. Like I love my pets, but like I don't talk about them, especially not to this length. Like I don't know if I've ever complained about my dog that got taken. And yeah. And so I've talked about those two dogs, and it wasn't until we got the second dog that either dog that my dog Spike had ever shown any sign of disobedience. We got him as a puppy, and he was born in November of 07, and we got him in February of 08. So that's what, like 3 months, right? Yeah, like 3 months. We got him when he was like 3 months old. And he had never been a bad dog. But after we got this other dog, he would actually break the fence and dig holes. And I think it was him trying to find his friend. And this has almost been 20 minutes long. So I'm going to get out of this place. I should be like right outside of Oakfield, or I think I'll be back in Rookridge actually. And then I will end this video and stop thinking of these terrible memories. But it's always been, since I've started this ranting Let's Play, I guess, or this Ricardo Rants series that I've been doing, I have been a lot better mentally. Like, I have been in the best mental state that I've been in forever.
I'm bored. Can we go back now?
And
No, it's our job to
I just think it's a great thing.
But it's broken. No one can cross it.
And I just want to
But I didn't say it was a hard job.
thank you for listening to me just like ranting about life and stuff. Because no matter what,
I'd give for some excitement.
like there could be no one listening to this,
Like a nice clean fight.
but if you do, you
Someone
are
from behind
learning
and
about me
throttling
as a
them.
person. And I feel like I might feel like I'm unimportant at sometimes, but people like to confide in me. And I don't really have anyone to confide in myself, so I think this is important for that purpose. So anyway, I'm in Oakfield now. I'm gonna dig up whatever this is that my dog wants me to dig up, and then I will call it quits. And yeah, what is this? It is money, 200 gold. Well, anyway, thank you guys for listening to me rant and watching me play Fable. Well, watching me mash buttons in Fable. Thank you, and I hope your day was wonderful whenever you listen to this. I hope your day was wonderful if you're listening to this later on in the day, or I hope your day will be wonderful if you're listening to this in the morning. Thank you.